obviously Arizona State, so Pac-12 and Power 5. So this is 7+ years now that I've been here, and we've never had a Power 5 opponent come play in Nacogdoches. So that's special in itself. And we went to their tournament over, I guess it was Thanksgiving, maybe a hair later, a couple years ago, and that's kind of where this all started from. With the coaching staff at the time. So, but another opportunity for us to get better against a quality opponent, which is what we're trying to do regardless of the level of play or Power 5 or not. It's a good opponent with some really good guard play. I think they have one kid who's maybe like top 20 in the country in scoring, averaging over 20 a game. So we'll kind of start a little bit more of that process tomorrow in preparing for them. But we'll be excited, and it's just exciting to play at home and learn a lot about our team, because I feel like we're at that point now in the season where every time we get to play, we learn something, whether we win or lose or how the game goes. We're learning about each other and what we have, and I think that's what's I guess the most exciting for me as a coach right now is we'll keep getting better every time we play.
You have about 4 games, I believe, 4 games left before the conference slate. How pivotal? Well, first off, talk about the success that you've had with the non-conference schedule up to this point, whether it was the Clásico or how the season started, and then how key is this momentum going to be for these final 4 games going into conference play for you guys?
Yeah, well, I like where we are right now. I mean, 6-2 right now is fine. If you would have told me that before the season, I probably would have, with the new group and, some young kids, I would have probably taken it. Although the 2 we lost, I thought we certainly could have found a way to win, both of those. But yeah, we've got some good wins as well. We went down to Puerto Rico and got Boston College on the neutral floor, which was a good win, and going up to North Texas where we played pretty well. So yeah, there's been some good wins, 2 tough losses for us that I think we grew and got better from, which is what we talk about. If we're going to lose, we better make sure we get better from those losses. And then 4, there's 4 in front of us, 4 that are, could go probably either way in certain categories. But yeah, we get Arizona State and then Texas Wesleyan, and then we go to Miami on a neutral floor to play Bradley and George Mason. So yeah, 6-2 now, and who knows what it'll be here in a couple weeks when we get to Christmas. But yeah, when you put it that way and you realize there's only 4 left before it really gets going right after Christmas, it's time to kind of really get serious about this now.
Kind of not basketball related question. Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Do you have any insights or anything that you've specifically learned over the past year that maybe you want to share with everybody? Or
I don't know about that. I mean, the birthdays aren't nearly as much fun now. It's just I always joke, like, I'm a runner, so when you go on the treadmill, like, ask for your age and your weight. So now I'm doing is just clicking up another year on the treadmill. But no, I mean, yeah, you learn stuff every year. I mean, without a doubt. I'm a much better coach now than I was a year ago or 2 years ago or 10 years ago. So experience, age, wisdom, I guess they all kind of come together. But I think the beauty of coaching is every year you start over and it kind of resets. So I get better, but the teams typically are never the same. You're always going to have somebody new in your program each year if it's not multiple people, and that's the way it is this year. But for me, I get older, but the kids I coach are always 18 to 22 ballpark, right? So as I age, I still feel like I stay younger, I think, though, because I'm just around the same age group every year, right? Because if they get older, they leave and they graduate and they go do other things. But the ones that I deal with every year are 18 to 22. And I think that keeps me young and hip like I am, and those types of things. Been blessed for sure, and just a special day today, but we'll refocus and get ready for Arizona State.
8 games in, anyone stand out to you on your team that maybe surprised you or doing something you didn't expect?
No, I don't. Probably not, to be completely honest. It's the group. We've kind of relied on our experience, which has been more in the post group, so obviously you start with Ayanna and then Avery Brittingham, who have been here, and then to put Kirsten Harden in the mix. She's been really good, but probably we expected that, needed that. There's a lot that she brings to the table right now. And then the guards who we thought were talented, we just hadn't seen them do it, So the Jordans and the Kyla, who are new, that's the 2, that are just new to the program. But even Dez is in a different role. Tyler's in a different role. You just get some newness there. And so I think all of them are still getting better. They're still going to improve as the year goes on. I don't think they're anywhere near where they'll be when we get to like February and March, and their wheels are turning and heads spinning right now. So when the game slows for them, which hopefully is coming up here pretty soon, then I think we'll get really, really good, talented players, which they already are, but they'll even take it to another level here pretty quick.
After looking at the Gonzaga film, what stood out to you?
Well, that we started down 17-1 was probably the most disappointing part, and they're really good and they're well coached, and they played well, made all the shots in that first quarter. I think they shot like 11 for 14, and we were the complete opposite where we couldn't get anything to fall. So I thought our effort was good. I thought we played hard. I thought we competed. I thought we were prepared properly. We just didn't make shots. You looked at the box score at the end. We won like every second chance, points off turnovers, bench points. I mean, everything, like we had won. They just made 7 more shots than we did. And sometimes that's what happens is they just happen to shoot a little bit better on that night. But I thought our kids played hard. We cut it to 3, 4 several times. In that game, I think it was a 2-possession game with under 5 minutes to go. So we put ourselves in a position to win, but they just made more plays than we did.
You talk about the preparation, and I think something that I feel has maybe partly been overlooked is the help that is on your coaching bench, specifically this year. I mean, unfortunately with Zaya's injury, she's also on that bench, but technically you have 3 players from last year that were huge instrumental pieces in your sustained success that are still helping actively day in and day out. Talk about the in-house from last year when it comes to that player mentality and switching to being that assistant role basically for you guys this year, and how helpful that has been.
Yeah, so we have 2 former players, on staff, and Marissa Banfield and Aaliyah Johnson, right? And then now Zaya's hurt, but kind of on staff, and can give them that experience as well. So I think she's seeing it all through a different lens also. But yeah, they're obviously younger than the rest of us, than the full-time coaches, so their experience is a little more recent that I think they can help some of these younger kids with. And, they've been there and they see it, and they see it a little bit quicker. And so, yeah, I think that's invaluable. You always want to keep players that around that have been in your program. They understand it. They understand the way it works. It's been successful. You talked about sustained success. So the more we can do that, I think the better for us. It shows a commitment. It shows that they had a good experience. Maybe even shows recruits that, hey, there's these kids that have graduated but want to stick around. So obviously, I guess we did something right in that process. But then I think even the other staff too, Coach Bishop has been with me the whole time, since I've been here. And now we get, Coach Misa and Coach Mills back, for year 2. So that's all going, that's just a smooth transition, year to year when you can keep staff. So continuity on a staff is the best. And then getting former players to hang around obviously takes it to another level.
I think that's it for me. Thank you, Coach.
Okay. Thanks, guys.